Red Cross announced a national blood emergency earlier this week. Officials are warning that hospitals are in dire need of blood products for emergencies and surgeries. WFMY News 2 is partnering with the Red Cross for our annual summer blood drive. It's coming at just the right time. It is next Wednesday, so a week from today, from 12 until 6 at Piedmont Hall. That's at the First Horizon Coliseum and that complex area. All right, so we're joined by Wes Haynes with the Red Cross to talk about what you need to know before you donate, what the process is going to be like. So for our annual blood drive next week, folks can walk in, folks can make an appointment.
Absolutely. We always encourage and refer you to make an appointment, but if you can't or something comes up and you can make it and you weren't planning on it, please feel free to walk in.
All right, and so to make an appointment, pretty easy. You can just go online and you search either your zip code or you can search for blood donation drives in your area.
Absolutely. RedCrossBlood.org has a search code. You can either type in WFMY to find this blood drive, or if you can't make it to this one but still want to donate, just put in your zip code and it'll show all the blood drives close to you.
Summer is a tough time. People go on vacation. They've got different plans. They kind of don't have a calendar, right? They're kind of like free flowing and that kind of thing. That puts the Red Cross in the need of having those donations and not having the people to fill those spots.
Absolutely. Every summer is tough, but sometimes some summers are tougher than usual. This one is turning out to be a tougher than usual summer. Our blood supply has fallen by about 25% over the last 30 days, which is a really, really big drop. And so that's why we went on appeal. That's why you're sharing that we're going to an emergency need right now. Last year, this didn't happen, honestly. We had a really solid summer, but this year it's turning out to be tougher than planned, and we're trying to ask for help.
And it's not just the emergencies. Of course, emergencies happen over the summer, that kind of thing, but there are people who need blood on a consistent basis.
Absolutely. There's always a need. Every 2 seconds in America, somebody is getting blood for some reason or another. When you talk about sickle cell patients who they need a transfusion every couple weeks to every couple months, and if they don't get it, they can be in so much pain they can't get out of bed in the morning. You can also run into moms giving birth will often lose a lot of blood. Cancer patients often need it when they're going through their treatment. The needs are endless and they don't stop. And in fact, sometimes they even go up during the summer when people may do some of their elective surgeries and stuff like that. And so the need may rise, but unfortunately, the donations do tend to drop.
I know some people say, well, they probably don't need my kind of blood.
See, that is absolutely a misconception. Yes, we definitely are always in need. The most critical blood is that O, but all blood is important. When you think about an emergency or disaster, when you need a mass amount and you need to ship blood from one place to another, we need all types. Not to mention platelets are always important. And most of those A donors, like myself, I'm A positive. Those platelets are very critical, and they only have a shelf life of about 5 days. So we need a constant supply of those A donors coming in, donating whole blood, so we can get those platelets as well.
Okay, so maybe there's some folks out there who are like, well, I've never given blood before. What does it entail? How long am I going to be there?
Absolutely. Well, to answer the first question, you're going to usually be there for about an hour. That is from walking in the door to being able to walk out the door. To talk a little bit about what it is, you're going to walk in. One of our volunteers or our staff will check you in. They'll ask you a couple basic questions to make sure that you have everything you need, like an ID and things like that. They might have you look over some material while you wait. And then you'll go into our health history. And that health history, we're going to check your pulse, your blood pressure, your iron levels. And we do iron levels without doing a finger prick if you haven't heard. It's now just a little cuff around your finger. But we'll do a mini health history on you, make sure you're feeling well enough, answer any questions you have, tell you a few things to make sure that we got it straight. And then we'll put you onto a bed. Once you're on a bed, usually you're only there for 15 minutes or so, unless you're going to be doing power reds, which is awesome. That does take a little bit longer. And that's when we're going to take just the red blood cells from you. And then you'll go into our recuperation area, the cookie table. We want everyone to sit down with us for a few minutes, eat a little bit of cookie, drink a little bit of juice, just to make sure you're feeling good before you hit back on the road and go back to your daily business.
Okay, I know people get fun prizes when they come and donate blood.
Absolutely. So right now we're excited to talk about everyone who comes and donates will get a Fandango movie ticket emailed to them or a coupon for it, however you want to look at it. But everyone who comes out and donates or attempts to donate and puts their information in the system, will reach out to you after the blood drive and we'll send you a Fandango movie ticket.
All right, who doesn't want to go to the movies, especially in the hot summer, and give the gift of life? All right, let's make sure you know where we are and when. So the annual summer blood drive for WFMY News 2 is July 22nd. It is noon until 6, and it's at Piedmont Hall. We really hope to see you there.